Recently, Prettyboyfredo uploaded a video of him and Jasmine discussing the reason why they broke up. Now, yesterday I did a live because I wanted to hear what you, the people, had to say. Now, during the live, I said I would drop Jasmine's link to her video because she posted this to her Instagram. My channel, my voice, my truth. Period. A lot of people were saying on the last video she did with Fredo, she didn't get to speak her truth. And now she has a channel where she gets to speak her truth. So make sure after you finish watching this video that you go to her channel and subscribe. Because when she finally do upload a video, which she said this upcoming Sunday, we are definitely going to do another live speaking about her side of the story, okay? Because I want to hear y'all feedback. Now, speaking of the live, yesterday I got a lot of great feedback. I really enjoyed hearing your point of view of what you thought about Fredo and Jasmine's video. Because y'all know y'all always hear what I have to say, but I never really get to hear what you guys have to say. I mean, I read the comments, don't get it twisted, but I know it's a lot of things that y'all want to say, and y'all ain't trying to say it all day writing for days, okay? Because we could go back and forth and continue talking about this, and I've done this with several supporters where we have a respectful dialogue, conversation back and forth, and we're talking, and there's some points that y'all making that I'd be like, okay, interesting. And that's how it was yesterday during the live. It was a lot of people that were bringing some things up that I didn't take into perspective, and it was like, oh, okay, interesting. All right, I see your point. That's basically what the live was. It was a healthy, respectful dialogue conversation explaining different opinions that people had. So instead of showing you 2 hours of a live, I cut out a lot of the extra fun we was having in between, and you're just going to only hear the great point of views. Now, some I couldn't add because the quality came out not so great. It was a lot of static in some people's backgrounds, but thank you for calling in. The people that were on the live definitely enjoyed it. But each caller that you are going to hear today each have a letter. So tell me in the comments which caller you do agree with. I know everybody is not going to agree with everybody, so just tell me who you do agree with. Now, the main question that I asked yesterday was, who do you agree with, Fredo or Jasmine?
Okay, so my opinion, I'm also 32 years old, so we're gonna keep that in mind.
All right.
I honestly think that they both are wrong, because it's like, on one hand, Fredo, you a grown man, you knew that you did not want to stay, and regardless of how much begging and pleading she was doing, if you knew you weren't going to do right, and if you knew that that's not where you should have been, you had to be man enough to let her go. And then Jasmine, it's like, if he already told you, because she said that he did tell her, so it's like, if he already told you that that's not where he wanted to be, you thought that you were going to have a different outcome, but it's like he pretty much told you that's not what he wanted to do. That's kind of like staying with a guy that cheats on you, and then you surprised if he cheat on you again, like, kind of, at the end of the day. But then there's also the whole, that's your baby mama, you proposed to her, you wanted to prove that, she's the one for you, but you kind of wanted to dip as soon as some stuff got hard. So if you were going to get married, what happened to through thick and thin? So I just think the whole thing is a mess. Like, they both had a part in it. He was trying to be, I don't know what he was trying to be nice, and you can't do that in situations like that. That's my opinion.
I really feel like, in a relationship, it takes two people to make it work. But Fredo, I think he retarded, to be honest. The reason why I say that, because one, it takes a man to know how to communicate with his woman. And I feel like he was wrong for staying in a relationship. You can't force somebody. If someone is trying to be telling you that I really want to be with you, you make that decision to be with that person. You get what I'm saying? So if he stayed in it, it's because he wanted to stay in it. No one forces you to be in a relationship. I understand you have a child, but if you know that it's not working, you leave the situation. You don't drag nobody along. Which he did say he apologized about that, but at the end of the day, he was wrong for dragging what's her name, Jasmine, along. And Jasmine, I feel like, she said that she wanted it for the family, but if it's not healthy, would you rather let Ava see a healthy relationship or an unhealthy relationship? And it wasn't healthy, so you just let it go. You don't beg no man to be with you. And I feel like that was kind of weak on her part. She got to love herself and keep it moving.
Right.
Keep it moving. If a dude tell me he don't want to be with me, bye, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, there's ain't no point of staying. If you don't want to be with me, then you can go. I'm not feeling you. You're not feeling me. I'm not feeling you either. It's a whole bunch of other dudes out here. She a pretty girl. She can find her another dude. It's too many cute dudes out here for a pretty girl like herself that would take her and her baby. You know what I mean? She don't even need to give him, I'm sure she'll find a dude that take care of her. If she can't, and that's the thing, she needs to find, she needs to make sure she's standing on her own. She can't be dependent on no nigga. feel like some of these niggas, they get, really big-headed when they know you dependent on them.
Right.
So that was her fault. She need to find herself something to do, stand on her feet, and if a nigga tell you he don't want you no more, then you tell him bye.
Right.
But that's just my point of view.
So you don't want them to be back together?
Hell no. I wouldn't be with no nigga that tell me he don't want me no more. I wish. Look, I've had a dude tell me he don't want me no more, I'd be like, bye. And then they be back in 1 month. You gotta let that man realize what he had. And I feel like her staying in that relationship with him didn't allow him to see her value. She should have just left. Once he told you, I don't want you no more, go live with your mama, go live with your brother. You got family that's there for you. I would have been left, took my daughter and left, and let him do what he want to do. Usually niggas come back anyway. So, I mean, I wouldn't be back. I wouldn't get back with somebody like that because he's a narcissist to me. He's showing narcissistic vibes. All he talk about is himself, self. So that's not somebody that's, I feel like, in a stable, state of mind to be in a relationship. He's not a man. He's a little boy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But she gotta love herself, and if a dude tell you he don't want you, you keep it moving. You work on yourself to be a better woman. Take your daughter, live for your daughter, and keep it moving. F these niggas, you know what I mean? But anyway, that's just my point of view.
No, I hear you. But I have one question. Do you think do you think him breaking up with Alexis was just for YouTube, like the fact that he was being bashed for being with her, or do you think he really don't want to be with Alexis and he really want to be with Jasmine?
Look, this what it is with these niggas. We gotta understand. First of all, when a dude has been in a serious relationship with a girl for 6 years, when they get out of a relationship with a person that long, they usually don't be serious about the next girl. That's where you have the it's a term for it. I forgot the name of it, but they still. They would like you for a minute, but after a while, they need to heal too. He was with Jasmine for 6 years. You don't think he need to heal? I feel like Alexis probably just got some good pussy or something. I don't know. But anyway, I mean, shoot. I mean, girl, I'm just saying.
Right. I hear you.
I feel like I don't think it was a host. I think he probably was really into that girl, but he ain't all the way into her. You think he about to be all in love with that girl in 2 minutes? What the heck? It takes time for a man to fall in love. When a man, it takes time. It's either, I think most likely he was just lusting her. But anyway.
Right. I wouldn't have put myself in a situation like that because he just got out of a relationship and it looked like he not even sure whether he want to be in it or not.
Girl, the nigga is confused about life and himself. He is a narcissist. He is confused. Like, what the... Alexis, she real young. She got a lot of growing she need to do. And I mean, I'm not going to bash you because I don't know the situation like that because you know how niggas be lying. But then again, she knew Jasmine was there. He probably was sweet talking her. Ain't nothing going on between. But I personally, when I get with a dude that I know was just with another girl for 6 years, to me, that's just stupid. Because that's just stupid. But I mean, I don't know. She was probably dick sprung or something. I don't know. These niggas they be so retarded. Girl, I'm just saying. See, look, she gotta love herself. Because look, these niggas for everybody. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So she probably just wants some dick. I don't know. But she got it now. Now she can just go. She got her clout.
Yes, I've been waiting to talk to you. Now tell me why you think Fredo is right.
I feel like he is right because he said what how he was feeling. He said he doesn't want to be with her no more. It's over. He want to move on. So what he did was keep her in the house. I feel like that was the right thing to do. That's like me putting my boyfriend out. I want to put him out. I mean, I'm going to let him do what he got to do, get himself together, then put him out. Once he gets himself together. But since there's a kid involved, you just can't throw both of them out because that's not going to look good on him at all. So I don't agree with his parents. His parents shouldn't have said what, they shouldn't have said that part at all. Like, that could have been, that's a personal thing. Like, don't bring your parents involved in this. But I honestly feel like he was just trying to clear his name because a lot of people are going around saying, oh, he's this, he's that, he cheated, he did that. I don't think he ever cheated on her. It's always been a loyal thing with him and her. And I just feel like she just got scared and nervous and everything. And she could have, like she did say she didn't want to do YouTube. And I mean, you got a whole degree. Like, you can find something else to do. You can make yourself occupied. You can do other stuff.
Do you think that they will end up back together?
I had I said I feel like they are, but I feel like it's just gonna fall off. Like, they might get back together later down the years. I don't feel like it's gonna work. Maybe it will work. Maybe they need to like have a separation and grow, because I feel like they don't have time to grow. It's just been so much drama. They don't really have time to really like reflect on themselves, because YouTube is a busy thing. It's a consistent business. Like, this is my business, this is my brand, so I need to build it up. And I feel like they didn't really have time to really do that. So I just feel like maybe they need to fall apart. Maybe this has to happen for them to become a better couple or better parents. So yeah, maybe.
Do you think that he broke up with Alexis because he was being bashed, or do you think that he was just done with Alexis? Like, that's not really who he want to be with.
I think it's for clout. You know, if you ever been in a relationship where you break up with someone and you find someone else that, that you're attracted to, it was kind of like one of those things. Like, it's a temporary relationship, and now it's, I'm kind of over it, so let me go ahead and focus on something else. So that's how I see it. I never really took him and Alexis serious. I was like, oh, okay, well, there she is. But I never took it as a serious thing. I only saw it as, it's just for attention. It's just something to clear his head for the meantime.
Yeah, because he said in one of his lives that she's doing things that he always wanted. He always wanted somebody to take care of him. But I felt like Jasmine, before she had the baby, was taking care of him. But when you have a child, things change.
Yeah, things do change. I mean, I don't know how it is to have a kid, but I mean, I don't know how it is to give birth, because I'm a guy.
No. But you understand, if you was to have a kid, as a father, you would understand it from Fredo's perspective.
Yeah, like, things would change. And that's why I said he was doing what he was supposed to do. Like, he was still doing YouTube videos, bringing in other females. No, he shouldn't have done that, but it's just a whole lot of that whole thing right there.
Exactly. And this is why I couldn't make a video, because I was so... I can see Fredo's point, but then I could also see Jasmine's point.
Right.
So it's like.
But that's why when he said that he didn't want to be with her anymore, it's over. I'm an Aries, so when someone's being honest with me and I'm being honest with them, I'm gonna go ahead and accept that, because you're telling me that it's over and done. That's all I need to know. It's over. Cool. Let me move on. And I feel like Jasmine needs to find herself, maybe she never been told no. Maybe she never been told, I don't want to, do this anymore. Maybe she's not used to hearing no. And she begged for that relationship. So it's like, why hold on to something when someone just told you it's over? And I think she just couldn't take the fact that he was over it. And that's what brought him back to it, because he is a guy. And sometimes it takes a guy a while to mature and to understand. I mean, that wasn't the right move to do, to go back to her, but he should have cut it off and said, no, I can't do this. Just like the caller said earlier, just be a man and just say, no, I'm sorry, you have to go. And he couldn't do it, so.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That was great feedback. I appreciate your feedback and your comment, because you definitely do make sense. I wanted to hear what you had to say, because you kept shooting everybody down and everything they had to say.
Yeah, because I'm listening to her, I'm like, bullshit. That sounds like bullshit. Let me.
That's why I said call in. I understand where Jasmine is coming from, but I do agree with Fredo to a certain extent.
Right.
But I also understand it's so hard to like pick a side, because I understand it from both sides.
Right. I do too. That's why I had said earlier, I haven't heard Jasmine's full part, so I really can't say it's her fault all the way. But well, that's kind of contradicting myself, but it is kind of both of their fault, though. It's both of them.
Yeah.
It's both of them. If you weigh it out, it's going to be equal. Both of you guys are wrong in this.